that in the survey, we also talked to retailers, and 60% of them cited poor data as a reason as to why they have not adopted AI.
Mm.
Mm.
Because we know that that's at the cornerstone. That's one of the biggest roadblocks. So, Michael, I'll let you take it away from there because I know that if anybody walks away with anything, hopefully it's about get your data good, and you'll be able to put this in place and make money in a minute.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I wanted to call out something that you mentioned earlier, Shannon, and you talked about human in the loop. And you said it really quickly, but I wanted to just emphasize how significant that is. And most of the customers that I work with that have concerns about the technology, they're implementing human in the loop use cases first. So human in the loop is, for example, you could write copy for your merchandising or SEO keywords, or you could use a large language model to understand how a customer was feeling after a phone call, or to understand if the agent made a commitment to follow up, in which case you could open up like a Salesforce record. But those types of use cases allow a brand to go in and learn the tech, set up their teams to organize around it, to get like vendors set up and partners without really any risk to the brand. And so I think that's where everyone that I talked to was really focused. And then once they get really mature there and they get a level of confidence and they understand the technology, then I think you'll start to see some more automation where the large language models are actually interacting with people. But you also mentioned the data stuff. So let me talk about that. I'm a big data science person. So before the large language model stuff, everybody wanted to talk about, I want to be data driven. That was like top thing that I got asked by customers. They said we have a lot of data, but very few insights. And so it's interesting, we've shifted to generative AI, but I think to your point, generative AI is actually really bad at data and analysis. And so in order to make that really powerful, if the AI is going to make a recommendation or help you with the product catalog or help you with a customer service issue, it needs access to that underlying data. And so where customers were talking about consumer data platforms, CDPs, where they were talking about cleaning up their data lake and creating an enterprise data catalog, they're now realizing that in order to really do something powerful with generative AI, they have to get their house in order from a data perspective. So I think we'll see a shift there.
Yep.
Got it.
Well, and to add to that, the number one barrier for retailers adopting AI this holiday season was expertise, worker expertise, or this
Mm.
assumption around having to have a different type of skill set than, because in the past that's what you did need. And then, as we move into, as you speak about data, but AI, there's really the corporate strategy around this. It's there isn't one for a lot of folks. So where they're figuring out, where do they need to start? What do they need to make it happen? Really almost applying that operating model filter around what it takes to win in this space is where a lot of retailers just haven't yet started.